I left just in time. Well, I got myself into a situation. Come on. I'm headed into the Laurel Highlands of western Pennsylvania for 2 nights of camping. Night 1 is at a client's beautiful property in the foothills. That client is my friend Greg, who you've met in a previous video. I'll be playing guitar for a few hours while we shoot a couple of Christmas music videos, and it's going to be a late night, so I'm just going to crash in his yard. Now I realize you're here to watch a camping video, and I promise we'll get to that, but first I just want to show a quick behind the scenes of our video shoot. Gabe, what kind of camera is that?
This is a Blackmagic Pocket 4K. And we're just shooting a little music video here for Greg Capozzi. Some Christmas cheer.
What's the lens on that puppy?
This is the 18-35 Sigma f1.8. Every videographer's versatile zoom lens, you know.
Shoot in log.
We're shooting in B-RAW.
Which is not log?
It's raw. It's even more log than log.
E-rock.
You should be shooting in Yule log.
I hate GoPro. That's not allowed in my house.
Like that.
You don't want to just record them?
What's the matter for you?
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter for you? Hey, that's a wrap.
But this album is so good.
Man, it is legit cold outside. I've had the heater running for a couple of hours. That was a really fun video shoot. I'll talk about it in a second, but I just threw everything in here. And I got all my stuff is all over the place, so I'm going to get organized and then warm up a little bit. Okay, I am thoroughly exhausted. It's been a long day. We did a lot of work. So as you can see, we had a fun time. Those guys are excellent musicians. It was awesome seeing my son Gabe out here. It's about midnight right now, and I would have had a long drive home, so it just made more sense to bring the camper. Greg did offer me a bed in his house, but you know how that goes. You always get a better night of rest if you're sleeping in your own bed. And I have privacy in here. It's comfortable. And I will definitely get a good night's sleep tonight. So I'm going to camp out here in Greg's yard, enjoy my little fort on wheels. There's some interesting stuff I'm going to show you tomorrow. We're going to be camping in the Laurel Highlands, which is about 20 minutes from here. And it's probably the most beautiful mountain range in western Pennsylvania. Let's check the temperature outside right now. It's a cold one. 21 degrees Fahrenheit and clear. And in the camper, it is currently 68 degrees. I'm just hanging out in here in my t-shirt. So comfortable. The heat is a very dry heat, so it's going to take all the moisture out of the air. The camper's got some good insulation, actually. And I guess this kind of proves you can use it as a four-season camper. I have no problem camping in these colder temperatures. So anyway, that's enough babbling. Peace. I'm going to sleep. Good night. I gotta get some gloves. There's a term for what we're doing here, and that's called moochdocking. I've moochdocking here at Greg's in the past, and I did make a video about it. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link. But technically this isn't true moochdocking because I'm not plugged into Greg's power. I'm completely independent with my heat and electricity and all that stuff. But I spotted a full woodshed right there. This is like a moochdocking honeypot. We're going to be camping in the woods tonight, so I think I'm going to raid Greg's woodshed. I wonder if he'll notice. Thanks, Greg. Finally on our way to our campsite in the mountains. First I need to get some food and fuel. I am starving and we're getting close to eat. And there's a Sheetz right up the road. Thanks, you too. Well, I got myself into a situation and I wasn't filming the setup because I do that all the time. I'm just trying to do something a little different. And of course this happened. I was attempting to finesse the camper into a little level spot because this whole campsite is pretty unlevel. I thought I was centered enough on the top of that pile of leveling blocks that the camper wouldn't roll. and I was sadly mistaken. I tried even to level out the block under here with rocks, but as soon as I got it off the ball, the entire camper slid this way. So right now, the safety chain is pulled completely tight. Like there's weight on that. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I think I've got the chalk situated so that it's not gonna roll any further back. And I kicked this leveling block in a little bit. You can see some of the wood shavings. So the only thing I can do is try to inch the Jeep back a little bit and get some of the tension off the safety chains. And if I'm able to do that, I need to try to get this trailer back on the ball. Figures. I don't think she'll move. Just another inch. Oh man, this is not good. Maybe if I take the ball out. Come on, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna have to bend this piece because this isn't allowing me to get the chain off. This happened to me in Colorado, and I didn't film it then because I was embarrassed, but this could be a learning experience for both myself and others. Come on. Ah, got it. That was a close one, and the safety chains saved the day there. So stupid. All right, I'm gonna try to correct this now and get the trailer back on the ball. No pun intended. That's a much better spot. It's level side to side. I'm an idiot. So there's a slight, very slight downhill grade. I'll be able to put both wheel chocks behind both wheels, and that'll double my stopping power from having it roll backwards, and that solves the problem. I'm going to scoot the Jeep back to put a little pressure on the wheel chocks. Alright, here we go. Get the rear stabilizers down and we'll be good. I have the tongue all the way retracted, and it's still just a little bit high at the head end, but that's okay. It's better high on that side than the other side. I'll need these leveling blocks for the stabilizers for sure. Now, before you call the forest police on me, just know that this wood is local. It came from 10 minutes away from here. So this is Pennsylvania forest wood. I'm not breaking any laws bringing this wood in here. Untreated firewood is allowed to be brought into the forest within a 25-mile radius. and I'll burn this debris in the fire pit as well. I found this dead vine hanging in a tree. It's nice and dry. Should make good kindling later. Earlier there were hunters everywhere. Today's the last day of hunting season, rifle. And I wouldn't have even been able to get this campsite after today. Today was the last day of the year. So up the road there were just trucks and hunters scattered about. Glad I wore my orange. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just want to break it up into smaller pieces and have a nice bundle of kindling and a pile. Should catch pretty quickly. I'm having steak for dinner. That's my coffee that I bought at the gas station 2 hours ago. After this warms up, we're going to get in the Jeep and head out to a bridge that has been buried underwater for the last 100 years or so. And right now, because of the drought and everything, and the water level has dropped so much, the bridge is now exposed. It's a very rare occurrence. It's right up the road at the Youghiogheny Lake. And should be pretty cool. So we'll get this warmed up and then make like a tree and get out of here. Yeah, that's better. We've arrived at Youghiogheny Lake, and I came here to get a glimpse of the old Great Crossings Bridge, which was built in the early 1800s and has been underwater since 1930. When water levels drop low enough in the lake during the wintertime, you can occasionally get a glimpse of the ruins. That was the case just a couple of weeks ago. However, it looks like I arrived just a little too late. During the summertime, this lake is just full. There's hardly even enough room for boats to get under that bridge because the water gets almost as high as those concrete piers. You can see the water edge with the docks pulled up on the edges, but it goes all the way up to where the tree line is. In the summertime, it's pretty crazy to see it drained this low. Well, I'm a little bummed that I didn't get to see that old bridge, but there are plenty of videos on YouTube that'll show it to you. I think I just got here a little too late after the rain and snow and everything. So I think I'll go back to camp now and get some dinner cooked before it gets too cold again. The air is definitely starting to chill, and a nice campfire sounds really good right now. That sun's getting pretty low in the sky and it's definitely getting chilly. I'm gonna put on a coat, put my hat back on. This fire is gonna be nice. I'm gonna get that fire going nice and hot and I'm gonna cook some steak. I'm really looking forward to that. I was going to cook over the fire, but I decided that the fire's not going to be ready in time, so I'm going to do it on this cooktop. There was a viewer who recommended a enclosure for back here. They sell them on Amazon. I can't remember what she said it was called, but I'll put it on the screen here for you. For this kind of stuff, I'm really thinking about doing that, because being exposed out here when it's this cold, it's borderline not fun. I'm still having fun. I'm not freezing. At least it's dry. There's really no wind. If it were windy, no, I couldn't do it. If it were raining or snowing, probably couldn't do it without a shelter. So I think that's going to be in the cards coming up pretty soon. On the menu tonight, we're having Omaha steaks. For our side dish, we're going to have some broccoli. As soon as that starts boiling, we'll put the broccoli in. And earlier, when I was struggling getting the camper level, it's really more for cooking than it is for sleeping, because it's not easy cooking when the camper is tilted, and you know, you want your water to be even in the pan and so on. You don't want your eggs running over to one side. Got the cast iron for the steak. Gonna put these work gloves on my lap to protect me from the heat from this cast iron. But look at that. That is dinner. And I'm famished. Steak's cooked perfectly. Freaking delicious. That was perfect. Yeah, that was worth it. 100%. Now I'm starting to feel the heat from this cast iron seeping through these gloves. It's warming me up. Just what the doctor ordered. As soon as I'm finished eating, I'm going to try to take some pictures of the sky, because that moon looks insane through the trees. The bridge was kind of a bust, but I'm still loving this out here. I got this whole forest to myself. Perfect meal. Cooked in 30 degrees in the middle of the forest. And I got to admit, part of the appeal of this for me is it's not only the solitude, and I say that all the time, it's the contrast between being so cold, but you know you go inside and it's going to be super cozy and warm for the rest of the night. So it's okay to suffer just a little bit, because that makes the comfort that much more comforting. It's easy to take things like heat for granted. Oh man, this is wonderful. Big win. Be back in a second. I'm going to turn off the camera and finish this up. Sitting next to that roaring campfire with the full moon lighting up the entire forest with the snow and everything, and that chilly December air, man, that is something special. And as I was sitting there, I got a weather alert on my phone. They're calling for freezing rain starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I definitely want to get off this mountain before that begins. And I dread the thought of having to break camp during the freezing rain. I can't think of anything more miserable than that. And also, it's a little strange to be without Juniper, but Gina and I are mourning the loss of our dog Annie. Annie's been with Gina for 10 years. Annie was Gina's baby, and sadly she passed away recently, so Juniper is keeping Gina company at home while I'm out on this trip, and that's totally fine with me. So you'll see her again soon. If not the next video, it'll be very shortly after that. I'm just going to chill out in here and get a good night's sleep, get up bright and early, and get out of here before the weather comes. I'll let you know how that goes. Stay tuned. I'm being chased out of the mountains by bad weather. I left just in time. It's crazy right now. I'm happy to report that I made it back home without incident. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave us a comment. I want to sincerely thank our Patreon subscribers for their continued support. Until next time, I will see you nowhere soon. Please be good to each other and get outside.